All right, did we just become a fancy movie critics, or we're still the boring same old comic book nerds? I don't know. We will find out in episode 16.
Okay, name your favorite dinosaur. Velociraptor.
All right. If you were a chick, who's the one guy you would sleep with?
John Stamos.
What? Did we just become best friends?
What's up, everyone? Welcome to episode 16 of Did We Just Become Best Friends podcast, where we talk about sports, video games, movies, and whatever else is trending in the world. You can find us on all social media platforms at Did We Just Become Best Friends podcast or DWJBBF podcast. You can also call or leave us a text at 872-225-2404. If you leave a good enough message, you might hear yourself on a future episode. And we always appreciate kind reviews, subscriptions, and ratings on Apple Podcasts. Don't forget to hit that sub button on YouTube with a bell notification so you don't miss any new episodes. My name is Anthony, and I am again with Alfredo, and this is our last Oscar talk, movie talk, whatever it's called. We're going fancy, fancy. Do you feel smarter after watching the two fanciest movies on the list of Oscars?
No.
Yeah,
I kind of want to go in 1960 Rolls Royce and ask for Grey Poupon. I mean, I feel like getting a cat and get that fancy Nancy magazine or some shit.
Yeah, we're gonna go to the art museums and stare at like a blank canvas and be like, I see what he did here.
Yeah, it's a great dot, man.
Like, it means so much, but there's nothing. There's nothing here, but it doesn't need to be. I still understand it.
Yes.
Oh man.
Yes.
Well, we'll get into that after like the different things I read about movies. But
I can't believe I even watched them.
Yeah.
We'll get to that second.
Yeah. I mean, right off the bat, we knew that. So we're talking about Roma, and we're talking about The Favorite, and we knew that these two were not going to be on our list of must watch, and I think that's why we saved it to the end.
Yeah.
Although,
we were dreading it.
Yeah, and it kind of went well together. I thought the two movies together because they were both like artsy fartsy type of movies. And they both had a theme. I don't know if I should say it now or later, but I feel like they had a theme loosely kind of together. But yeah, so the theme I thought it was I don't know if you ever heard the meme where it's like men ain't shit. These movies were like I agree with, especially like with Roma, with everything that happened there. But yeah, there was the theme is like men ain't shit, fuck y'all, women gonna handle this, right. Which I don't have a problem with. I mean, they were both like really like good when it came to like girl power and stuff like that. But yeah, they were too artsy for me though.
I mean, there were some, I don't want to say a lot of similarities. There were some similarities. They're both servants, maids. I don't want, one came up more than the other, but the other one was humble. The other one was going for something bigger.
Yeah.
But other than that, yeah, I do agree. Manning shit kind of role thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that was when I finished watching both of them. I'm like, oh yeah, there was like kind of, and even in Roma, there was a part where the one lady is like, she's like F men, we're always gonna be alone. It's always gonna be us women,
Yep.
And then that's why I was like, oh, like they're doing this whole men shit.
Right, that's why the
Which
queen.
I get. I mean, like what happened? Yeah, and then you have the Queen of England, running shit.
She was like the George Bush of
right. That's what it reminded me of. I didn't even think about that, but that's true. It was like
she was
and handle this weird.
But you're right. How we just paired up all these movies without even thinking about it. Black Panther, Black Klansman, and then we had the two musical ones. Now these two are not almost similar, but they had the same almost meaning.
Yeah.
It's crazy how that was all put together.
Yeah, it just kind of happened.
Yeah.
like
so which one are we gonna? let's get the
which one
the
you want to
favorite out the way first.
You want to talk about that one? So we talked a little
Not
bit
really,
before.
but we have to.
So why don't you go? You go first, and you tell me your thoughts of the favorite.
Being nice. It was a little long. It was. I couldn't really. Nothing was hooking me into this movie. I mean, it was like, holy shit! Come on, kill somebody, do something. And nothing was hooking me. At first, the dialect was a little bit hard for me to understand it. Then after a while, I started grasping it and understanding what they were saying. But it was just nothing. And then the little parts that kept me entertained. I guess one of my favorite two parts was when the queen looked like a badger.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
So that was funny.
But it was also like a very important part of the movie that you didn't realize then, but by the end of the movie was very important, at least to me.
Well, you know what? Yeah, I agree. But like at that point in time, I was like, something. I'm looking for something.
Yeah.
Just to get my interest of it, and then towards the middle part end ish, that's when I'm like, okay, now it's starting to come around. Now, it's getting to me a little bit. But it wasn't enough for me to, let me give this movie another try. I'm not going to do that.
Oh.
No. So that's how I feel about it.
That's how you feel about it. I was the same thing. It kind of like slowly dragged. Not slowly dragged. It took a little while for me to like, what's this movie about? Like, what's going on? And then I think once I started realizing what was going on, that's when it pulled me in a little bit more. Where I was like, oh, she's, Emma Stone's character, Abigail. She was trying to protect herself by getting in good with the high ups, and she, figured that out right away. But I thought the movie started off good, and it kind of pulled me in kind of right away with the guy, jerking off in the thing. I was like, at first I thought he whipped it out, but then they show him like, under his pants, like whacking it, and I'm like, what? This movie was very, 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 very sexual, and I did not expect that. That threw me off. I was like, oh, okay. There's a lot of things going on here. Actually, both of these movies had a lot of nudity in them. But yeah, it was weird. Definitely weird, like the things that they chose to do. Like when they started dancing. Yeah, I was watching this with Erica. So like we're watching and he's dancing and I'm like, what? And then they started doing like this stuff and he's like going to the ground and dude, I was like, what the hell? And that was hilarious. And I think that for me, that was the point where like the movie got boring to like interesting, because I'm like, okay, this is not a normal Victorian British kind of movie. It was something a little different,
Yeah, that part reminded me of what is it, A Knight's Tale with Heath Ledger?
Yeah.
Because that movie,
Yeah, they do something like almost exactly the same.
I had no idea in 1600s they did the wave.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when they started making those dance moves, I'm like, wait a minute, are they trying to put these two movies together, or they're just trying to copy a style into it? Because even the language, I mean, I never knew they used the C word so much. And the women were so upfront and forward. Like your guy chased that one girl down, Abigail.
Yeah.
And the first thing she said, what are you going to do? Throw me in the courtyard and, whatever. Yeah. But I'm like, holy damn, really? Damn.
Yeah, there was a lot of foul language, which I don't know if that's accurate or not, but it fit with all the evil conniving stuff going on,
Right.
So I didn't mind too much of that. I don't know. I think I enjoyed it a lot more than you did.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, it still wasn't like I'm like, oh my god, this is like one of the greatest movies of the year. I was like, okay, it was cool, especially like at the end when everything came together and everything played out, and then you saw how everything happened, and I was like, okay, I get it, and it was cool, But like yeah, there's a lot of sex. Like she's like, rubbing her, pretty much she's like masturbating the queen, and it's like on camera, it's just under the clothes, and then
Yeah, she yelled out, "It hurts."
yeah,
Sure it does, lady.
yeah. But then one thing I found out, so like after I watched the movie, I wanted to look up like what some of the critics were saying and stuff like that, and then one of the first articles that I found was Emma Stone, which was Abigail. She chose to be topless in the movie. So in the scene where Sarah, catches them,
finds him in the bed. Yeah.
yeah, that was Emma Stone's decision to be like, you know what, my titty needs to be out right now. and I was like,
Thank you,
what?
Emma.
I didn't think anything about it. I was like, all right, cool. But I guess the director said like, no, let's not do that. I don't want you to be put in that position. And she goes, no, I feel like this is what Emma Stone was. I'm kind of like paraphrasing, but she's like, Abigail would have done that because she knows Sarah would have found her, and she said it would have gave Sarah to look at something, and would have been a big middle finger from Abigail to Sarah, like middle finger titty, and
Emma could do that to me all the time. If she
yeah.
wanted.
So that was actually because when I first saw it, I'm like, it's a body double, she's not really naked. And then and then I was looking at what critics were saying about it, and then because I typed in like the favorite reviews or whatever, and that was like one of the first articles. Actually, the number one article when I first popped up was like, she chose to be naked. So I was like, oh, I'm like, that was actually her boobie. I'm like, okay, and I guess that was the first time she's ever been topless on screen, and she might win the Academy Award for it now. So, but yeah, it was. I thought the movie was good. I like the actresses, and it was all about women. This was all about women in power, women in control.
Yeah, they were controlling the men.
Yeah,
because even in the very beginning, dude with the long white hair, is that guy Beast?
Yeah,
he is, right? So he stood up in front of her, and like she didn't flinch, move, blink, nothing. So he just went around her.
Yeah.
So it's just showing, like,
was that Rachel Weisz?
I think
character?
Yes.
That was Sarah.
Yeah, and she was very strong in this movie. Also,
I mean, she's an
really
awesome
good.
actress. I love her.
Yeah, but like they basically like how can I say it? Like the guys have the power, but the women have the control.
Yeah. Well,
So
yeah, like all the
that's-
men, had the land and were funding the war with France, the movie.
Right.
But the women were running the show.
Exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, it was definitely a weird love story. It was a weird love story. It was a weird like power, triangle struggle thing. One character wanted power for safety. The other one was trying to run the show, so the queen didn't look bad because she loved her. It was really interesting, like how the queen was getting played, and
Right.
she fell for it. Which is it's what happens in the world. Is like, oh, the person that treated you nice is the one that won, but the one who told you the truth, you turned your back on.
Right.
And even like at the end of the movie where she goes, oh, you think this is over? He goes, it's not over. So I'm like waiting for something else to happen, and then at the end of the movie, which was the like full on spoilers, the ending of that movie was so weird. Like, what the heck? Like, she's pretty much like rubbing off the queen as she's standing, and the queen's kind of crying. Like Abigail is kind of like, she kind of made this face like, oh, I get it. Like, I did lose. Like, I married a guy that I hate, and he hates me. Like, she's basically a slave to the queen at this point now,
Mhm.
for safety, and that's why I was like, oh, you didn't really win. You lied, but you got what you wanted, but you're just a slave now, a rich slave. Where Sarah was like the one who actually loved her.
Right.
So I thought it was a pretty good twist, and it had a lot of like good things, but at the same time, like I didn't think it was like oh my god, like everyone needs to see this movie.
No, they don't.
So no, so they're up for a few, actually really a few awards. So they're up for Best Actress,
Mm-hmm.
which is Olivia Colman. I believe is the Queen. Um, yeah, I believe she was the Queen. So she's up for Best Actress.
The Queen.
The Queen.
Yeah, she did win an award. She won the Golden Globe, I think.
Is she?
Yeah, and when she a part of her acceptance speech is like, "This is for my bitches."
Yeah.
So I'm guessing she's gonna be up there. I mean, it's gonna be a good crowd
Yeah.
that she's going against.
Yeah. So yeah, she did a really good job. I liked how the Queen was. Like she was good. I did enjoy it. And now you have Emma Stone and Rachel Weisz both up for supporting actress. So you have two from the same movie going against each other to win this award. I don't know if one or the other would be better. I mean, I would probably go Emma Stone was a little bit more of a focal point than Rachel Weisz. You know, because you saw the whole shift from Emma Stone being this nice girl to like, yeah, no, she's like messed up in the head and evil, you know.
Yeah,
And she was very conniving. So I don't know. I would give it to her over Rachel, but they were both pretty good in the movie.
But Rachel was a stronger character. Rachel was really, she stood her ground. You know, she didn't have to flash. She didn't have to beat herself up with the book.
Yeah.
You know, she stood her ground, and whatever she said it with such poise, such strength behind what she said.
Yeah, she was good, but that's gotta be a little weird. You know, your co-star is somebody you're going against. You know, in the thing.
I mean, I figured they're friends at this point.
Oh yeah.
So it's like
hopefully maybe not.
Yeah, I wish you the best of luck. No, I wish you the best of luck and whatever.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. And then they're also up for Best Director. I am not even gonna pronounce the names. Yorgos. I don't know, but they're up for Best Director. Which there's scenes in this movie that I wasn't sure. I'm like, why is it this that stupid fishbowl like lens where it's kind of like,
the
like
fisheye,
oh
lens.
my god, I hate that. I was like, it pissed me every time I saw it. The first few times. I'm like, is it me or is that how it's supposed to be? And then they kept doing it, and I was like, oh, it's so annoying. I didn't like that. But I don't know. I don't think he's gonna win for Best Director. I feel this movie is good because of the actresses, not because of the director.
Right.
But we'll see. And then it's also up for Best Picture, obviously. And I don't know.
We'll go through that towards the end, and we'll just, since this is the last one, we'll summarize up and
at the
who
end.
do you think? Who do you think?
Yeah, we'll do all the nominees together.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Any last thoughts on the favorite?
I'll give it 1.5 to 2 stars.
Wow.
Like I said, it was really hard for me to get into. It's not really my style, but I did give it a chance. There were funny parts. There were a lot of nudity, sex scenes, and that's why they got a star just for that alone. But other than that, I think the storyline behind it was good. Not good enough to reel me in. It took me forever for them to hook me.
Yeah.
And after 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, I'm like, okay, there needs to be something. But I was like,
being careful.
Yeah.
The 1.5, 2 stars.
Yeah.
I'll probably give it a little more. I'll probably give it like 3 stars. Maybe like 2.5, 3. Somewhere in that area. Because it was good. It wasn't like, oh my god, amazing. But so next is Roma, which is the one I least wanted to see. And after watching it, I don't get it. I don't get what the big deal is. I don't know if you feel at the end, like this is how it was. At the end of the movie, I had to look up on what the point of the freaking movie was. I'm like,
Yeah,
what was the point of it? You just told a
I
story. You didn't even tell a story. You just like, here's this girl's life in a year, you know, and then with the backdrop of all the political craziness going on, you know, in
right.
Mexico in the early 70s. But it was like, so it was just like a fancy vlog. That's what it reminded me of.
You know what? I have to strongly agree. Just like one of my favorite guns in Apex, it was just a flat line.
Yeah.
And that's all it was. And there was a little bit more to it. You know, a lot of the houses, the structures, the cars, I knew was placed back then. I had no idea it was in the 1970s until what was it? It was New Year's.
Yeah.
This I don't know what I got from it. Yes, it's almost like a vlog, but what I got from it is an average, regular. I don't know what is she, 25?
Yeah, she had to be
Year-old.
early 20s.
Right. You know, a basic life of a maid. I guess not basic, but you know, like a maid, a servant, or what have you. That, you know, unfortunate thing happened to her. You know, she thought she found love. She got a guy. You know, in the meantime, there was another battle within the story. Within
There's
her
a
story.
few battles.
You know?
Yeah, because there was the other family and their battle, and then there was
they were going through a divorce or something like that.
The actual battle of the politics, you know, constantly in the background. You always see military kind of people in the background. You always see police and stuff like that. Always,
Right.
you know, whenever they were in the streets, there was always like some kind of police
Right. They're
presence.
marching.
You know, the marching band. Man, yeah, it started off. You're talking about the part that started off the movie. I was already over it. Dude, it took 2 minutes of water on the ground. And I'm like, I'm over it. I'm over it. Like, this is stupid.
They took way too long.
I was like, why? And then I knew because I knew it was an artsy film. But I was like, it's unnecessary, and I think that's what like the critics like oh, they didn't have to do that, but they did it, and it just made it so much better. Like, why staring at a pile of dog shit for 2 minutes? Like, what does that infer? You know, that the world is shitty. I don't get it. You know, that like
so hey, you know, you get shit on, you just got to clean yourself and keep going, I guess.
or tell your Mexican maid to, you know, clean up this shit.
Right. Right.
Even
That's
the rich white Mexican people still tell the other Mexican people to clean it up, because that's what I got from it. I was like, oh, so if you're white, no matter what race, you're okay.
right. I mean,
because they were light skinned and they were in power, and then the maids were, you know, dark skinned, but they were all Mexican,
and yet everything was in black and white.
and everything.
So now here, I understand what you're saying. Like the opening credits, I was like, okay, cut to another scene. Show me a map. Show me a broom. Show me a girl scrubbing the floors.
You heard like the brushing, like a squish squish, you know, brushing, and then you heard the water, you know, poured on.
Right, and they didn't show anything. I mean, it would have been better, you know, a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit there. Okay, someone's cleaning. Starts setting up my brain. Starts giving me a small detail of the story we're about to endure. But there was nothing.
I think it was
nothing but cleanliness.
I think it was more of a circle jerk to like all the producers and executive producers and executive producers, all that bullshit, because it was nothing but names for 2 minutes. I was like, okay, cool. You force us to look at your stupid names, you know, like for 2 minutes, and then the stupid scene.
One of the things about that, you know, it said, oh, made by Technicolor company or something like that. I'm like, it's funny. It's in black and white. Yeah. So that's an easy job for them, you know. But you know, man, honestly, this movie, it was better than the other one. So I was kind of happy with it. There was a little bit more of a story to it
than the favorite.
Yeah, well, for me, because like once again, the favorite didn't hook me as quickly. This, after looking dog shit for 2 minutes, you actually kind of got me into it, because it began with the story of the cleaning. Which, by the way, if you have a dog in a driveway locked up and you see one dog shit, you avoid it to open the door. So in the next scene, like, whatever, 5 minutes later, there's like multiple piles of
Yeah.
dog shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, girl, you got to pick that up. The car runs over it. I'm like, you see, if you would have picked it up, you would have been smeared all over the place.
Yeah.
It's like your responsibility. I'm like, come on, you got a job to do. You do it.
Yeah. Yeah. That I thought I was like, I'm like, there's at least the two women and the guy. So I was like, you can at least scoop it up.
The guy was more of a chauffeur, though.
Yeah, he kind of was. I think he went grocery shopping and stuff like that. And I don't know, man. I couldn't get into it. I couldn't get it just everything was super predictable. I knew exactly what was gonna happen. As soon as they showed the father, the doctor guy, they didn't even show him. I'm like, he's an asshole. He's an asshole. Just the way he was driving the Galaxy, the car. I'm like, the way he was driving it, he's a dick. And then sure enough, he was a really big old piece of crap,
Well, I mean, you can't really say that. I mean,
he was the best, and that's why they probably showed him running over a piece of shit, because he was a piece of shit.
Nice. You see, the artsy thing is rubbing off. It's working.
When I show that piece of shit, it's talking about how shitty he is.
And that's where he belongs. Right, exactly. Yes, you should. But I'm thinking, look how quickly he stopped the car when the mirror barely touched the wall. So then he fixed it, adjusted. So I'm guessing that car he takes care of as maybe his pride and joy. And any other guy will take care of a car that way. Now, as far as the women drivers, well, in that movie, it's self-explanatory.
That was funny. I thought that was like funny.
And I think, that doesn't really show me anything about him that he's a piece of shit because he was taking care of his car.
But he wasn't. He had an ashtray full of cigarettes.
Yeah, well, I understand that, but that cosmetic, what people see in the outside, like, wow, that's a nice car, versus, damn, that's messed up. No one's gonna really sit in there. He's a doctor. He drives to work and back. I don't know what he does.
Well, that's right. I was like, he's superficial. He's super.
Well, I kind of took from it when he was talking to his wife, or arguing about his wife, to his wife. One of the things, like, we got no food in the fridge. There's empty cartons. There's dog shit everywhere. There's dishes everywhere. So I'm thinking like, okay, this guy's gonna fire them, and then the story's gonna go apart from that.
I didn't think that. Oh.
Yeah, I that, or he's cutting back. I don't know what he did. None of us knew until the hospital scene, I think, or they mentioned he was a pharmacist or a doctor. Right. What I kind of knew something was definitely wrong, where she walked him out to his third car, the Volkswagen Beetle. Yeah. She hugged him from behind. And like he paid, he's like, okay, whatever.
Well, she started making those faces after he left.
Yeah.
Dad kind of face.
And took it out on the servant for not picking up dog shit.
I knew he's gonna leave. He's gonna leave.
Yeah.
Because
you sense that.
Yeah.
You really sense that.
Yeah. He was like, and that's why I was like, I knew that was gonna happen. And when they showed the Bruce Lee character, with his ding dong flopping around everywhere, I'm like, oh, he's a jackass too.
What was that? Really? He couldn't wear boxers? I mean, I don't know what was the point on that. Did he show that one stick is bigger than the other? I don't understand that.
I think he just wanted to show off, like, I know karate, or not even like karate. I can spin a stick around.
Yeah, you can spin a stick around, but put some shorts, underwear, or something. Why do you gotta, fling two pieces? Why fling two pieces of wood at the same time?
I mean, have we? No need. Isn't that what every guy does? They have to show off their ninja skills in the nude to their to the girlfriend they're about to have sex with.
Prove they're worthy. Yeah, that's how I warm up every morning, Kramer.
Proves you're worthy.
Yes,
you grab your samurai sword and start like slicing. And then when Jessica comes in, you're like, shh, I'm focusing.
Yeah, I'm focusing. Yes, I'm ready. I'm warmed up. This is my type of foreplay.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm like, what the hell?
Dude, that was...
And then it wasn't little movements either. It was like You know, he's you know bending literally like he bent backwards when he flipped, and I was like, oh my god.
Dude, speaking of, I'm the favorite. They did the same thing with that big fat dude.
Yeah, yeah,
They were throwing
that was hilarious though.
oranges.
I was like, who does that?
They
They're-
were throwing oranges at him, and
Yeah.
he's laughing it up. They're smacking him in his face with oranges, pelting him.
And he's
They
just
were-
like cupping his junk. his
yes,
hand.
dude. You know he has a small junk. I mean,
I mean, if he's cupping,
I looked,
you
I'm
know,
like-
everything with one hand. With
everything, and he had room to spare.
Yeah. I like he slipped and fell at the end. They're still chucking it at him. He's like, what the? But,
we should do that with Andy.
yeah, okay. Get the
man.
wigs.
Get the wigs, yes.
Oh man, but yeah, this I don't know, man. Roma, I couldn't into it. I was just like, I don't know. Like, all the artsy like shots, I didn't care for. I find that needless, and I don't find it like necessary. Like it's not necessary. The story was very bland, you know, because I even at the end of the movie, I looked up reviews and critics, and like I still no one said what it's about. One person said like, "Oh, it's about motherhood." No, it's not. You know, because I'm like, how is it about
motherhood?
I was like, it's if anything, it's the lack of motherhood on her end. But then is it motherhood because she's like kind of the fake mother to the other kids?
Possibly because she saved those two kids.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, but it's also like her job. I hope any normal human being sees like people, let alone kids, in trouble. I hope they go and help.
Right.
So I'm like, that shouldn't be like oh my gosh, she's this great person because she saved kids. It's like I hope any person in the world would.
Right. Exactly. I mean, part of the story I kind of picked up was you persevered. You go through all this trouble. You lose your child stillbirth, and you saved your boss's kids, which they greatly appreciate. But then what does she do? She goes back to work, takes up the sheets, goes on the roof to clean them. I'm like, okay, so no matter what happens in life, you just keep doing what needs to get done. Is that part of the story? And you know what? That's another thing. Their favorite, they use the fisheye lens. This one they use more of a security camera lens or a security camera because it went from left to right, right to left, left to right.
Yeah, they did a lot of that.
Right. Very little. It was up and down.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if they try to artsy it up by that way or some. But that was annoying because it looked like I was looking through a security camera.
Yeah. It was just like slowly panning one way and then going back. I was like, I'd rather have all the hard cuts in 2 minutes, like Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah, 51 cuts in 2 minutes. That sounds great. Let's stick with that for next time.
Yeah, because I didn't notice that until somebody pointed it out. This I noticed right away. I was like, oh, why am I watching a security camera of like the target? Yeah, I don't know. It just the whole movie was just like, well, so yeah, going back to like some of the critics. So I was like reading and all this. A few critics said that like one person was like oh not a lot happened in this movie, but it didn't need to. It showed how great it was. I was like, that doesn't make any sense. It's like, but it's the same people that see a plain canvas, and it's selling for like $2 million, and they're like, oh my god, it's gorgeous. I was like, he didn't do anything. He just bought it from Michael's and put it on the wall. It's like that's basically what happened to this. Is like, oh yeah, they pretty much took a year in a life of this maid and threw it on camera and made it black and white. Ooh, it's the best film ever. I was like, what? I was like, I don't know. It was a little too real for me, and I'm not a fan of that. I was like, I don't want to watch something that reminds me how shitty life is. It's like I live it, I know it. It's like I don't need to be reminded. Like when I go and spend $15 at a movie theater.
Did you realize there was a plane and opening and a plane at the ending?
Yeah, because the first one was you saw it in the reflection of the water, which water like I already because like I took like a semi film class in high school, and you always like if you ask like Omar and anybody else like one thing we always made fun of is like water means emotion. and all that water in the first scene, I'm like, oh, there's gonna be a lot of crap that goes down. And I knew that's why, and it's true. Look exactly what happened. The whole 2 minutes was just water moving back and forth and all this, and I'm like, there's gonna be a lot of like emotional baggage going around, and that's how it was. That's what happened. You know, like, you know, I don't know. Especially like when you see a reflection in water, it means like something else. You know, and then when like people are looking through glass, like at the end of the movie, they were looking through the window glass at the ocean. That means something else. You know, like when you look through glassy water or watery glass, and all that's like super like, you know, artsy. Like, oh, this means this. When you see fire, it means passion. You know, like, and it's all stupid shit. You know, so
it means you get burnt.
yeah. Well, no, but look at the big fire thing, which talking about what the hell, that I thought that was the stupidest thing. You had the guy in the suit, and then at the end with the big fire, which everyone for whatever reason decides to go run to the fire, even the kids, and then half of the people are like helping taking it down. The other half are still like laughing and drinking, and then this guy in the suit comes and sings for like 5 minutes. I had to fast forward it. I'm like, okay, like what?
She was in a sniper outfit.
Yeah, that's what reminded me.
Right, that's what it looks like. It looks like the bush from Fortnite.
Yeah, like a camouflage kind of sniper outfit. That's what it looked like. But it had a mask, so I'm assuming it had some kind of importance to something, or some kind of it meant something to somebody somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought that was silly. And then the song goes on. You know what it reminded me of was like Family Guy. And when Family Guy does long stupid things for no reason, you know, and then people are like, that's so hilarious, because they have that country guy, they come in and they do an entire song for 5 minutes. And I was like,
the one in the pink jumpsuit or something.
Yeah, I forgot the name. You know, they always introduce him and then it's the entire song. It's not like part of a song, 10 seconds. It's like, no, it's like a 2-minute song.
Right.
And I was like, that's what it reminded me of, you know, even like when something happens and they stay on that scene, you know, like when Peter is like grabbing his knee, is like, and it goes on for minutes. It was like, that's what this did. It's like, we're gonna keep looking at the sky for 5 minutes, and
well, yeah. What I found funny, if I was one of those, because you know the people who were putting out the fire, those are servants, and the other people that were drinking and laughing, they were like, you know, they're maids or whatever.
Yeah, they were the bosses, the people that hired the maids.
Yeah, basically. I mean, they didn't seem to give a shit. I wouldn't even give a shit either. I mean, if you notice, the front guy who's throwing the water was missing the fire. You know, the tree falls down. Oh, look out! And there's a little bush on fire. He keeps overshooting it.
Like, I didn't notice that.
I'm like, why are you just put it out with your foot, man?
Yeah, I know, right?
The little kids, they were doing great.
Yeah, they're like splash, splash,
splash. Done. Let's go home.
Yeah.
Oh, but these guys, oh Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah,
we need to take an art class.
Yeah, I guess, because I did not get it. I did not get it. All right. So let's talk about the categories.
Let's go.
So I'm on like Google, and I already see like, oh my God, it's so great. I was like, it could make its history. And then on top of that, so this is not a movie. So I think that's one thing. This is a Netflix movie. So this went to Netflix, and this is like the first like big nomination ever to not be an actual movie in theaters. You know, and freaking, I think they said Netflix spent $25 million ish in promoting this movie, for like marketing the movie to win a bunch of awards. Mind you, they also raised everyone's Netflix prices up like a dollar or two. So basically, your dollar or two helped pay for this stupid movie to win some awards. I'm like, dude, know your audience, man. Like for me, like a person who has Netflix, I'm like, that's bullshit. Like, I don't care if Netflix wins. You know, it's like if you put out good quality content, then people are gonna come to your subscription thing. But now you want to be like, you know, you want to be the next like big studio,
right,
that wins awards. But I'm like, but you're also doing it on the back of your people who are paying for your service. You know, like people who wanted to see the favorite paid to see the favorite. You know, like I didn't want to see Roma, but I paid for it to get, you know, a bunch of awards. You know, so it's like I'm like
they probably don't deserve.
I don't think so. I mean, they're saying he's going to win Best Director, which is bullshit because Spike Lee should win Best Director.
Yeah.
That but this guy's gonna win it because it's a stupid, you know, artsy movie. You know.
Good catch. I heard that.
Yeah. So all right, so we'll go down Best Director for the movie. We already like discussed it. Alfonso, I don't know.
Soriano.
Is it? Oh, like no, it's not. No, it's Alfonso Cuarón or something like that. I don't know, man. I don't see the. I mean, you know, can I win an Academy Award if I show a car running over dog shit?
Can I be nominated if I show my boob?
Boom! There you go.
Why not?
It'll just be an hour of me pointing a camera at Fredo's titty.
Yeah, nunchucks. I'll be with the nunchucks too. I'll be focused.
That's the climax. It zooms out and like.
Yes, I'll be holding it with an orange.
Yeah. You got the wig with a ninja sword.
Yes, with the ninja sword. You know what? This should be copyright. Okay, just in case someone watches this and makes a movie and wins like $1 billion because of our ideas. Yeah, we got to remember this.
We're combining the favorite and Roma.
Yes.
And at the end, you stab a piece of dog shit. You like slice it in half. Then you just leave the sword.
Yes.
And in the background, you just walk away, so you just see you walking around naked in the background.
Yeah, walk away naked.
It's all blurry though.
Yes, it'll be all blurry.
Look at that shit, dude. We could be.
And then at the very end, it'll say Finn, just Fin, Finn. The end.
Yeah. Oh god. Boom. Academy Award. 5 million.
Yes. Or even Hulu. I don't care. So what other categories?
All right.
Of course, the film, and then we have the director.
The director. So best supporting actress was the wife who got divorced, which was the mother who had all the kids, like the lady in charge.
Yeah,
I forgot what her name was in the movie.
Mrs. Brady.
Yeah. So yeah, she's up for best best supporting actress.
Best supporting. Okay.
Yeah, she's up for best supporting actress, which it's not bad. It's not bad, but also she's going against the other two in the other movie, which they were probably almost the stars of the movie, where she really wasn't a star. Like she was a legit like a supporting actress. She helped move the story along, you know, enough. Like she worked along with the main, you know, character.
Right.
So I thought she did a pretty good job. You know, she was like angry and sad, and the whole driving thing. I didn't get when she was driving and she was kind of like pointing with her finger. I'm like, what the hell is she doing? I didn't get that. And then she like, yeah, when she was driving the Galaxy for the first time, they went to the hospital, and she's like driving, and she's doing this thing with the finger. I'm like, what the hell? What is she doing? At first, I'm like, maybe is she counting the buildings? But I'm like, it's a hospital. I mean, it's gonna be a huge building. So, and then she just wedges between two trucks. Which I thought that was kind of funny. And she's like, I was like, oh.
I thought she was singing like a song in her head because I didn't hear radio. But when she was driving, she was like, you know, like this, you know, tapping. So. Yeah, and then when I saw that immediately when they showed that picture with the two trucks, I'm like, oh, she's not gonna fit.
Yeah, she's
not. You know, I'm a really good driver. She's not gonna fit. And she goes. She keeps going. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, she's like,
you bitch.
Yeah. I mean, she got the brunt of that, you know, more than the trucks, because the other two trucks were like work trucks. And then
they fixed it.
Yeah, they fixed it. I was like, that's pricey, you know, to fix the car, and then she messed it up again. Like completely jacked it up again. So I thought the moment when they did that, because how the rest of the movie was with dragging out moments, I thought it was gonna be like a slowly like, and it's gonna kept going, and it was just gonna be like something from you see from The Simpsons, and just like her just staring at the driver, and she's just like scratching everything. That's what I thought was gonna happen. That would have been too funny. So yeah, so there's
So
her
she's a supporting actress.
supporting actress, and then best actress was Cleo. What was her name?
Cleo. Yeah.
Which is the main. She was the main character in the movie.
Right.
So she's best actress. I don't know.
I think I don't know about that because I think the majority of the movie she just stands there, says her lines, turns around, walks away. I think that's how it was.
Yeah, but you know what? She did remind me of like a very like an older Mexican woman. You know, very quiet, very like off to the corner. You know, does her job. You know, like she did have the happy moments with the family, with the sons. You know, there's like that one moment she sits down and the one son puts the shoulder over her arm and she's sitting down, and I'm like, are they saying like she's like the dog of the family kind of? You know, because that's what you do with that. Because she's sitting on the floor, and then the boy puts their arm around her, and then she's like, "Oh, hey, go make some tea." You know, and the kids get like, "Oh no, she's with me." It was like I don't know. That was kind of like a little weird moment for me. I was like, I don't know what to think of that.
I thought they were gonna become like kind of lovers.
That would have been really weird. I was thinking that too. I was thinking that too, but I'm like, there's no way. There's no way they would have it like a pedophile like movie up for best one. You know, especially after all the shit they got last year for not having enough like diversity, and they're like, yeah, we got really diverse. We got pedophile movies and and movies about Black history.
Right.
It was
right.
like, oh, you went, you know. I was thinking that too, but yeah, I'm really glad they didn't go that way. I'm like, no, they better not. So, and it was just no, she loved them like, you know, she was part of the family, you know.
Yeah. I mean, hey, they live there, so it's
yeah. So I don't know how she's gonna do, and then best picture, obviously.
Yeah.
I don't know. Not a fan.
How many stars?
1.
Yikes.
You know,
Wow.
1.
The water and the airplane need to be nothing to you.
Yeah.
The dog shit getting run over.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing to you, Anthony? Huh? No, I just,
All right.
I have to give it a little bit more because it was a story. It pulled me in a bit. I don't know. It was like a circle, like a full circle of life, I guess I want to say. Because remember, the movie began when she was cleaning in the, on the roof doing laundry, I think it was. But yeah, and then that's how it ended. She was going back on the roof.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to give maybe like 3.
Really?
2.5, maybe 3.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just good. There was a somewhat of a story. You know, a guy got shot. You know, that guy Fernando or Ferdinand, whatever. Furman, yeah. He had the gun pointing at them. How ironic was that, by the way?
Yeah, but I knew that was coming because when they were there and then they were looking outside, there was guys with bamboo sticks. I was like, Furman is going up there somehow or whatever. He's like, he's gonna be part of all this because I'm like, look, all these a-holes with their karate, you know, sticks, and I was like, and Mr. Bruce Lee over here, you know, wanted, you know, and I didn't know he was going to point the gun at her, but I knew he was going to be seen by her, and she's going to see how much of a piece of crap he is.
Well, I'll tell you this. I bet you any money you did not see him wear a Love Is shirt.
Yeah, I did. He wore it twice in the movie. He wore it in the very beginning.
Did he really?
Yeah, when you first see him, then they show it at the end when the gun thing. Yeah.
Well, that's the only clothes he has.
Yeah, right. Besides, like his little shorts from the karate thing.
I mean, if they spent that much money on advertising, how much did they spend on the film? I mean, come on.
How stupid was what was the character's name? Professor Zurich. What was the guy? Remember when all the karate kids were watching the guy in the leotard?
Yes.
And he does the stupid yoga pose.
Yes.
And then they all try to do it.
And everybody was losing their balance.
Yeah,
and...
no one could do it except for Yo.
Yes.
And I was like, I get what they were trying to do there. That she was very like well centered and very like like a good person type of shit.
Yeah,
I was like, that's the best way they could have shown that she's like a good person was like she could do a yoga pose and no one else like in can.
You saw that too? Okay, good. I thought I was the only one.
No, because that's why I'm like, and she stood there without looking around, like, hey, look at me. Just did it, she just did it, I mean, that was pretty cool. But I was like, there could have been better ways to show that like she's a very well balanced, well like centered person, than like her and Professor Jackass in the front with the leotard are the only two that could do it.
Oh,
and mind you, after the film, I tried it and I was able to do it.
So you're centered.
I guess so.
You're focused. That's what it was. So, did you catch the scene where they're in a hospital and they're checking for the baby's pulse? So the doctor comes out with this little metal teacup thing.
Yeah, the earpiece.
Okay, now I saw it and I rewound it and I showed Jess when they're pulling her away, Cleo away.
Mm-hmm.
If you look in the background, there's a doctor with a stethoscope on the baby's tummy, on the baby's stomach, listening for the baby's heartbeat. And then she takes it out, puts it around her neck. I'm like, wait, why is he using that? Why not a stethoscope? I don't get it. But there's no purpose on him using a tin cup while the lady next door, hey, can I borrow that real quick?
I mean, all the doctors were kind of wearing them around their neck. I didn't really think anything about it, but yeah. I mean, but it also could be how they were trained. It's supposed to be based in the 1970s.
But if he's trying to listen for a baby's heartbeat, that's what he was doing.
Yeah,
he even said, "I don't hear a heartbeat."
Yeah.
I don't get that. Is he trying to keep it old school? Is that what the director was trying to get?
And that's what I'm guessing. Just but I really didn't think about it until right now when you said it. But yeah, I mean, I know I saw stethoscopes because all the doctors like had stethoscopes around their neck. But it might have been maybe the doctors use the fancy new technology. I don't even know when a stethoscope was made. I should know when stethoscopes was made. Of me being in the field. But I mean, yeah, maybe there's like only the doctors use the nice stuff. You use the
tin cups.
The tin cup.
Never mind the unborn baby that might be in danger. You use a tin cup.
Yeah. The thing that got me though was like they did CPR for maybe 15 seconds, and they're like, "Yeah, your baby's dead." I was like, "What?" That's it. You're like, we did everything we can. We pushed on her. We pushed on her chest 8 times or 9 times.
Right. Yeah, it was funny. I would have been pissed.
So I mean, that was a pretty rough scene. But I was like, I knew something bad was gonna happen because like it took her a long time to get there. She's gonna die, or the baby's gonna die. Something bad's gonna happen.
Yeah, I kind of knew she was not going to die.
I would not have been surprised if she did. And the baby did survive, and then the family took care of the baby for her. Then it would have been a little bit more of a full circle. She was taking care of her kids, and now she's taking care of her kids. And that would have been. I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. But now it's like she just went through, a really life traumatic.
I don't
know.
Okay, let's have some fun. Who do you think is gonna win?
So you want to go to category by category?
Yeah, let's do all the categories. We'll do the movie last. Let's do supporting, then the actor, actress, and then
the director. We'll do the director before the movie. So supporting actress, we have Amy Adams in Vice, Marina Di Trova, I don't know, from Roma, Regina King, If Beale Street Could Talk, which we didn't watch, Emma Stone in The Favorite, and Rachel Weisz in The Favorite.
I'm gonna have to say either Rachel or Emma.
That's what I'm going. I'm those two, but I'm thinking it's gonna be Emma Stone.
I have to agree.
Yeah, I think she's gonna win it for sure. You know, those two I think were the biggest actors. I mean, they could have been up for actual leading actress. I thought either one of them. You know, because I felt
Right.
the Queen was more of a supporting than either of those two. But I don't know. I don't know how they determine what's what.
I agree. I think Emma would have been the leading, and the Queen and the other one, Rachel, would have been supporting.
Yeah, because it was her story. It was you know, Abigail's story. I feel
Right.
like.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree.
So yeah, so I'm going Emma Stone for that one.
Okay.
Best supporting actor. So we have Ali from Green Book. I'm gonna murder his first name. Adam Driver from Black Klansman. Sam Elliott, A Star Is Born. Richard E. Grant is Can You Forgive Me, which we didn't watch. And Sam Rockwell for Vice.
Well, Rockwell for me is out. Sam Elliott, he'll be up there next to
Ali's gonna win it because Adam Driver or Ali were probably the two. Because Elliot was in A Star Is Born for what, a couple minutes, a handful of scenes. Yeah, he really didn't. He didn't make the movie one way or another. You know.
Yeah, Ali did.
Ali and Driver, I believe those guys, like, you know, and the same thing. Those guys should both be up for leading actors too. You know, like,
I agree. I strongly agree.
You know, they were both a big part of each movie. You know.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go Ali just because I feel like he had a bigger impact in his movie. You know, like he was the reason why the movie was being made. You know, like his character, and he was so good, man. He was good.
He was, and
like,
if it wasn't for his character, this movie would not have been as good.
Yeah,
the way his emotion, his character was actually pretty damn good.
But he's such a good actor. He was he's in that new show. What's that called? True Detective.
Okay.
You know, and True Detective is like one of those movies that just like is awesome. And then he was also in I don't know if you watched it. He was in Luke Cage.
No.
He was one of the main bad guys in season 1 of Luke Cage, and he was awesome, dude. He was awesome. He was like this gangster ghetto guy from Harlem, and he owned this like club. It was so good, man. I was like, and that's why I was like, he went from that to being this like gay piano classic player, and I was like, man, this guy's good. And they're talking about him being possibly the next Blade in the MCU.
Really?
Yeah, I heard that's a rumor.
That'd be nice.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
That'd be really cool. All right. Come on, stupid notification. Sorry. I don't know how to mute notifications on all my computer. So frustrating. Where we at? Lead actress. So we have the girl who played Chloe from Roma.
Mm-hmm.
Glenn Close from The Wife, which we didn't watch. Olivia Colman from The Favorite. She was the queen. Lady Gaga, Star Is Born. And Melissa McCarthy, Can You Ever Forgive Me, which we also didn't watch.
I'm going to have to go with Gaga on that one. Out of all of them. Her or the queen. Because the queen was pretty good. I mean, she had a cry on cue a couple times.
She had to be fake orgasms.
Never know. Emma wanted to be topless.
She wanted to make it real.
Yes. But honestly, I think, I might have to final answer. I might have to go with that one because, I mean...
Oh, no, Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga.
Yeah, same.
But before I said, I don't know. But now, watching other movies, except for those two, now seeing what they were doing, the one that stands out the most from that category is Lady Gaga.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. Although Glenn Close, she might win it just because of who she is.
Yes.
But also Lady Gaga, she might be a Jennifer Hudson type of thing, like, oh, she can sing and she can act, even though she can't really act. But Jennifer Hudson, you can act. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Well, all right. So leading actor, so best actor, we have Christian Bale in Vice, Bradley Cooper, A Star Is Born, William Dafoe at Eternity's Gate, which we didn't watch,
No.
Rami Malek in Bohemian Rhapsody, and Viggo Mortensen from The Green Book.
Dude, any of those it could possibly win. Who you think would have the edge though?
Rami.
Oh,
I think so. Just because he was Freddie Mercury, dude. I mean, he was him. I mean, that was just insane. Like that. I mean, Morgenstein in Green Book was really good. He was really good. And then like how he went from, being this like tough, New Jersey, New York kind of guy, to like still being tough, but his morals changed a little bit, like he was able to see the world a little bit more than his, the corner he was on. So I don't know. I liked how he progressed throughout the movie, but like just as an actor, Malik was amazing as Freddie Mercury.
you know,
Bradley Cooper didn't stick out. I mean, Christian Bale was pretty awesome too.
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Christian Bale was.
Is either Bale or Malik, one of those two, because Malik and Bale play their roles.
Yeah.
Man, it's a toss up between those two. I mean, yes, once again, I think a little bit of Batman came out on him, but I think he really nailed it the way he played it, and I like the fact that. Train's coming. I I like the fact that almost every hall scene that he was walking down the hall, he had a heart attack.
Yeah.
Like every time they showed him walking down the hall, heart attack.
That's right.
I'm like, okay, that's called a foreshadowing.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna have to give it to Bale. No matter, I enjoy Malik.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to give it to Bale.
I think I'm gonna give it to Malik just because he was so freaking good at it. Like, I mean, Christian Bale was awesome, but he didn't have to sing and dance. He didn't have to be, like homosexual, like how Freddie Mercury was. So he didn't have to portray like being gay in a time when it was, looked down upon, and and then you had AIDS, and I think Malik had more to deal with than just being an asshole politician. Then that's what is gonna do it for me, is like he had to do more things with being his character.
After you said that, I kind of have to agree with you on that one, because I mean, he could just have that same, I don't know, maybe I should take the army and shove up your ass, or some shit like that.
Yeah.
I could see that being, just a monotone kind of method throughout the whole thing. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna have to change my vote. I have to agree. Yeah, because he did put more into it. He actually endured his character, not just by speaking terms, but like everything, action, movement.
Yeah, like family and friends like came out and like, wanted to see him, be Freddie Mercury, which was cool.
Yeah.
Like I'm pretty sure, what's his name? I can't think of the vice president. Dick Cheney, his family didn't want to come and see Christian Bale. Like, so I don't know. I think just the character themselves was a big part of it. All right, so now we're best director. Best director, Spike Lee for Black Klansman. Paweł Kowalski for Cold War, which we didn't watch. The Favorite, Yorgos for The Favorite. Alfonso for Roma, and Adam McKay for Vice.
So who we got? Vice.
Yeah,
Roma,
Black
Favorite, and Black Klansman.
Yeah. So I got who I want to win, and I got who I think is gonna win.
Well, out of all of them, I think I would like to see Black Klansman with Spike Lee win, but I think either it's gonna be The Favorite. I don't know why. Or Vice. but I'm leaning towards Vice will probably win it.
For best director. Roma's gonna win it. Roma's gonna win it. Like they have those artsy people, on all the academy and shit. They have their heads so far up each other's asses. It's gonna be Roma. I want Spike Lee to win it. Spike Lee deserves it. He deserves it. Legit. Out of these category, I think he deserves it. But Roma's gonna win it because it's like, well, we got to be better. We can't just have this random movie. Like, no, it's all about the art, in quotations,
Right.
The art of it, rather than a good important story, to tell. So that's how I feel. So you think Adam McKay for Vice is gonna win it?
Yes.
But you want Spike Lee to win it?
Yes.
Okay. So I want Spike Lee, but I think Alfonso for Roma's gonna win. All right, and then so now the big one, Best Picture. We have Black Panther, which is nominated only that one movie. That's the only category that we care about.
It's ridiculous.
So Black Panther, Black Klansman, Bohemian Rhapsody, The Favorite, Green Book, Roma, Star is Born, Vice. That's a long list. So who I want to win it? Well, I want either Black Klansman or Bohemian Rhapsody. I thought those, I take it back. Black Klansman or Green Book. I want one of those two to win it.
Well, I got top three: Klansman, Green Book, Bohemian Rhapsody. But considering that, I think Bohemian Rhapsody might take it.
I think so too. I think so. After watching them all, I don't know. I want Green Book to win it. I thought that was the best picture of all of them. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see which one actually wins it. It'd probably be The Favorite or something stupid. Or Bohemian Rhapsody has a good chance. Although it's got a lot of negativity for the director because he got caught touching boys in no areas.
Who? The actor.
No, the director. So I don't know. That might be the reason why it doesn't win, just because of all the bad press it got lately. There's that. So yeah, I think that's everything. I don't know. Probably just wrap that one up there. We talked about everything. We talked about what we thought. We got to remind everyone to join the contest. I'm gonna probably send out again.
So I'm looking up. I can't find anything that Oscars. Spike Lee ever won an Oscar? I'm looking it up now, and I don't think he has.
No, 30 years, no Oscars.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah. That's pretty damn sad because he made Malcolm X.
Made awesome movies.
Yes. Do the Right Thing. That was awesome too. I mean, especially Malcolm X. That's a great movie. I like that one.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
So, yeah. So share the post. I just re-put it on as of right now. This second, I reshared it. Share the post. Put your votes on there. Follow us on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. Share the post. Vote on the post. And yeah, we still got to come up with a prize. We'll probably talk. We'll figure something out. It'll probably be a gift card I'm doing or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, I got something laying around the house somewhere.
Yeah.
Here, well, hold on. Wait, maybe.
I don't see your ninja sword. Yeah, okay. Send that to through the mail.
I mean, yeah, or this. It's already made, so
yeah, right. Just go.
Can you tell me getting ready for a party?
Yeah, having your was it Oscar party?
Oscar party. Yeah, maybe I should throw one. Get some frozen pizzas or something. Little Caesars.
It's super fancy.
Yes, super.
Yeah.
And then everyone's gonna dress in black and white.
Yeah,
Just
with the wigs, fancy
with
wigs.
the wigs on. Yes, throwing oranges at me.
Yeah.
Don't forget your semi-sword,
Yeah,
Kramer.
I was gonna say the ninja sticks, but all right, let's finish this one up. Yeah, thanks everyone. This was a pretty cool little multi-week podcast. You know, that all linked together.
Yes.
I don't know. We might do something live on Sunday. You know, during the Oscars. You know, not a podcast, but just maybe a little live thing. You know, either you or me or both at the same time. You know.
Yeah.
You know,
That'd be
something like
crazy.
that. You know, we'll probably do. I'm for sure gonna do a bunch of stories and stuff like that on Instagram and Facebook and whatnot. You know, if you do too. But yeah, I think that's it for the Oscars. For and now we just see who wins it and see what happens.
Yeah.
We'll see. Any final thoughts before I sign us out?
Final thoughts. Well, it's gonna be interesting. I mean, let's place our bets on the best movie out there, and let's have fun, stay safe. You know,
Yeah.
this is basically the movie's Super Bowl. You know.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Just like I don't know if you know this, Daytona 500 is the first race of the season. That's their Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And it's the first. Yeah.
I didn't think. I never thought about it like that.
No, it is. It is. That's their Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It's like the biggest race. You go win every race of the year. If you don't win the first one, the Daytona 500, then you haven't won nothing. Yeah. I'm into racing, man. Like,
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Like Indy 500.
Yeah.
That's the most popular one. That's their Super Bowl. You can win every race. If you don't win that one, you don't have nothing.
Yeah.
And that's usually in the middle of the season. So this is the movie's Super Bowl. Just have fun, play safe. We should place money on who's gonna mess up first. Any goofs?
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, it's gonna be a weird one because there's no host. So we'll see how that goes, how that all plays out at the end. But yeah.
That was better than the favorite.
That was better than Roma. This might have them staring at an Oscar for an hour. So, all right. So that's it for episode 16. Thank you guys for tuning in. And as always, you can check us out on all social media platforms at Did We Just Become Best Friends Podcast or DWJBBF Podcast. And hit that subscription button or give us a call at 872-225-2404. And see you guys at the Oscars.
Yep. Spread the word. Please like, share, follow. That'd be awesome. Thank you.
All right. See you guys. Bye.
Bye.